The arrest of suspected Nigerian fraudsters Rahman Abbas, also known as Hushpuppi, and Olalekan Ponle, also known as Mr. Woodbury, for cybercrimes and fraud, has again turned the spotlight to Nigeria and the battle against cybercrimes.
They were arrested in Dubai, United Arab Emirates, and have now been extradited to the United States. Described as an international online scammer, Hushpuppi, Woodbury, and 10 others were arrested in an operation tagged Fox Hunt 2 after they were accused of committing crimes, which includes money laundering, cyber fraud, hacking, criminal impersonation, scamming individuals, banking fraud, and identity theft.
Now, they reportedly created fake pages for existing websites in order to redirect victims' payments to their own accounts. Now, the raid that led to his arrest resulted in the confiscation of incriminating documents of a planned fraud on a global scale worth $435 million.
In total, the gang committed fraud amounting to 168 billion naira.
All right, joining us now on Skype from South Africa is a cybersecurity expert, Dr. Olalekan Samuel. Olalekan, it's good to have you join us right now. If you look at the magnitude of the fraud scam over a period of time, it tells one that it certainly cannot be ignored. But make us understand, how challenging is it to actually identify some of these scammers online, that it took so long? Despite all of the evidence, it took so long to get to Hushpuppi.
Good morning. Thank you for having me. If you look at basically what happened with this kind of people, you realize that one of the challenges that they have is, I think, in most of the places where they do what they do, they think they have the technology in their hands, and most of these people are not aware. And that is why, in terms of cybersecurity solutions, one of the biggest solutions that organizations have to implement as part of their strategy is actually awareness and education of the system.
All right, Nigeria is ranked among the top 10 countries in the world where cybercrime originates from. And a lot of reactions with regards to this issue, where you look at what has been going on for some time now, talk about Invictus Obi, and then you have Hushpuppi and Woodbury now. And so a lot of persons are saying that perhaps we need a better approach to policing the cyberspace in Nigeria. Is that what this is about?
Not necessarily what this is about, because if we look at some of these criminals who are arrested, they are actually not arrested on the surface of, on the land of Nigeria. They do not. Most of these high-profile cyber criminals that have been arrested who are Nigerians, they are actually not. They don't perpetrate their crimes in Nigeria. They feel that Nigeria is not an ideal place for them to perpetrate their crime. And I think one of the things that needs to be done is that some of those international Interpol, they have to actually work with Nigeria in order to curb this kind of menace.
All right, when you say Nigeria may not be, or they feel that Nigeria is not a place to perpetrate their crime, what could be the reason why? Is it because we have so much a spotlight on those issues, or what?
That's one of them, because probably maybe we have so much spotlight on the issue, and you see, when you are going to do these things, you need everything to be on standby for you. For instance, you need constant electricity. You need places where people don't disturb you, because most of what some of these things do, some of these guys do, they basically conduct what you call phishing and social engineering. So that is basically why Nigeria is not an ideal place to do some of those things. But although Nigerians are actually at the forefront of these crimes.
Yeah, you talked about Nigeria perhaps collaborating with international organizations abroad, but we would recall that Nigeria, that's the EFCC, had an agreement with the FBI recently, and I wonder how far you think that relationship could go at addressing this issue, because that is also being put in place with regards to searching out those who might be linked to working with rather Woodbury and Hushpuppi with regards to this crime.
Yeah, you see, some of these guys, the relationship will go a very long way if they cooperate with EFCC, and it's actually going to assist in curbing the crime. But if you look at our EFCC, there's much is needed to be done in terms of equipping themselves in such a way that they will be able, they will know how to actually curb these guys, especially in terms of them also being ethical hacker. Although some of these guys, what they do is not really hacking, but in order to curb what they are doing, you need to have an experience of what you call ethical hacking very well before you can actually curb them. Without this experience, the FBI is going to be working on their own on most cases.
All right, now with the arrest of Hushpuppi and Woodbury and the others, how could this lead to busting other related or those who are others who are involved in crimes like this?
I think this is just going to sound like a warning. The fact that a thief is caught does not mean that other thieves are going to stop, because these guys think the thinking behind the act with these guys is that we cannot be caught. We know how to do this thing, but this arrest is actually going to stand as a warning, because these guys are ring. They operate as a ring. The Hushpuppi and the Woodbury guys. And I think by the time these guys start talking, a lot of things are going to be revealed. But now, they cannot. The case is going to drag for a very long time, because the police have got to do, the investigators rather, they've got to do a lot of things in order to bring a lot of the people that are involved in this act into justice.